All right, we got Aaron Soboleski here. Another session of First Time Expert video series. Today we're going to be going over how to repair a kitchen cabinet. So what happens is in the daily use of your cabinets, we're talking older cabinets, 15, 20 years old. Sometimes they break. Sometimes the door breaks off. And that's kind of what we have going on right here. We have a door that I've already removed. Took the issue we're dealing with here is this part right here, as you can see, is loose. It's actually come apart. It's come apart in two different areas. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove it, and it's kind of a rough area because it's the base. It's the base where it's attached right here. So we're going to have to reinforce it with some metal. And we're going to have to reinforce it with some pretty powerful glue. So what we're going to do is, we've got here, this is called Power Grab, right here from, you can probably get something like this at Home Depot, Lowe's, or Menards. I've also heard Liquid Nails. Liquid Nails is another brand that really does a great job. This door off right here. Pull the door off, and I'm putting glue all along the inside here, the inside area. And as you can see, I got glue all in there. Now I'm going to put it together. As you can see, I'm going to put it together here. Put the door together. So here you can see the door has been put back together. There's a little bit of excess glue up there. You don't have to wipe it off with a rag. You can actually rub it in with your hand if you wanted to. To get in some of those cracks. This is the back side of the door, so you're not going to see it as much, but you may want to push it down in the cracks as much as possible, like so. You can see some of these other little cracks here too. You may want to push that in, and then take your rag and wipe off all the excess. All right, there we go. So now we have ourselves a door with construction adhesive in there. There's a lot of different construction adhesives that you could use. Again, this one is molding and paneling, but we'll check this side too. This is the front side, and we want to make sure, you can see here on the front side, some leaked out the front. So we'll push that down in there too. Push that down in the crack, and we'll wipe that off too. And what we'll do is we'll move this over the top of it. You can see that it's a little off right here. So we want to make. All right, Aaron back, Sobo from First Time Expert. What we're doing here is we are on round 2 of fixing this cabinet. And as you can see, last night there was some glue on the backside. I'm not really worried about this backside too much, but there's some some leftover glue residue that's here. On the front side, the side that's showing, you can see here there's really no residue. And what I was saying is I had to use Power Grab. I had that free in my basement, so that's what I used. Liquid Nails might be better for a project like this because it's clear. And when you have something that's clear, you take a little rag, wipe it up, you're not going to see anything. Again, you can't see any residue on the front, which is good. On the back, you can see a little bit, but not a big deal. So what I need to do is, remember, the crack was on the spine here, and I need to reinforce it with some metal.
This was something like this is about 99 cents at your like Home Depot hardware stores. This was a 90-degree angle, and I pounded it out. I wanted a little bit of an angle. You can see a small V in there, so it'll actually be a good reinforcer for this right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take like 3 or 4 screws, put them in here, 3 or 4 screws and put them in here, and that's going to help reinforce the glue that I put in here, because you know it's better to spend another 10-20 minutes fixing it right the first time than having to go out and buy another $400 cabinet. So I'm going to do this in a 2-step approach. I'm going to put these screws in, and we'll be back for the final product. Stay tuned. Sobo here, first time expert, out. All right, Sobo back. Last segment, let's make this quick. What we have here, we have one of those banged out things we did there. I don't even know what they call them. I'm just a first time expert, so I just know what they do, but I did 2 of them. I reinforced at the top and the bottom. Again, this is the back side. We're talking about the back side here, so I'm not really too concerned. One thing you got to watch out for, the size of these screws. You have to measure to make sure it's not thicker than your cabinet, because I did have some minor cracking on the front end. Even though it's nice and sturdy, you know, there's some minor cracks here. Again, I'm not too worried about that. I'm going to be refinishing this, but you just want to make sure that your screws are not too big. If you get some, thick circumference screws, it can cause some cracking in the wood, like you can see there. So I actually had some shorter screws that I used too, these real short ones, and I was noticing that it was going into the wood, but it actually wouldn't hold that plate in place. So I actually got some bigger, thicker screws, and again, I did have some of that minor cracking there, but that's going to be at the bottom, and you're probably not even going to be able to see it. So that's it. That's how you repair a cabinet. This is Sobo, first time expert. First time I've done this. Sobo out.